Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to this week's Hot Stocks Outlook for January 26th, 2018. As always, hope you're having a great week out in the financial markets, and with the markets hitting fresh new highs, there's just tons of opportunities and really great trades breaking out here. So we're going to take a look at a lot of different sectors of the market here. We're going to look at Humana, Home Depot, which we covered really right before the beginning of the new year, General Parts, Oracle, so some technology, and also retail Best Buy here. But let's go ahead. We're going to start here in Humana. And what we're looking at are our daily bars and candles. And this really represents all of the price action we can see going back to right before the new year here. So this is a trade starting for really January. And what we have against that price data is you see a black line there and also a blue line. Now, the black line that you see, that's a simple moving average. It's one of the most common technical indicators. And what it does a great job of is telling you where prices have been in the past. It's what's called a lagging indicator. But what we're able to do here is compare that value, so essentially that summary of where price has already been, to this blue line, which is a predicted moving average. So this value is generated via the artificial intelligence technology, what's called neural networks, found within the VantagePoint software. And by comparing these two values, we can get an early indication of trend reversals and trend direction in the market. So what we have here is a crossover with these two values, our blue value moving above the black line, that black value, and telling us that the trend is now up. We want to look for opportunities to be buying or taking, long calls, or if you're trading the options market, long Humana, and this has existed really for the last entire month here of January. Now, in addition to that predicted moving average, we also have this extremely accurate 48-hour indicator. So a much shorter term indicator looking 48 hours ahead. Two candles is how you can really think of it. So two candles, should I expect some short-term strength or weakness so that you can adapt and adjust your position and really know what to expect, so you stick with those positions and make sure that you're being very efficient with the trade and style that you're trading the markets in. Now, last but not least, really to round out the entirety of what this is, which is really a forecast of future prices, is we have a predicted high and low range. So every single trading day before the market opens, you have an indication of trend direction, whether that blue line is above or below the black line, short-term strength or weakness, so you know how you may want to adjust your position and get the best price possible, but then also even a predicted range for intraday, knowing where is this market expected to trade tomorrow. So with all of that information known, we can come into the software and say, okay, well, if we want to be long, let's look towards those predicted high and low ranges. And you see this market starts to move higher, but we get this down day here where we're hitting this predicted low. Further on in the trade, more recently, we've hit those predicted lows, and almost immediately within a 48-hour period, you're closing above those levels and this trend is taking off. So we've seen here over the course of what's now just been really the month of January, this market so far, since that forecast came through, is up 15% on Humana. So, we're not talking about trading some, under $5 stock or anything like this. This is a very expensive stock, but these things really move. And when you know when to get involved in the market, when to be buying at predicted levels, essentially trading these ranges, you can have a very accurate guide of how to adjust your position and really execute your trading style very efficiently here. Here I wanted to touch on Home Depot, which we covered this. I have a little marker right here. We covered this on December 29th of last year, 2017. And what I'm doing here to demonstrate is that, it's about really being able to adapt with changing market conditions. If the trend is up, you want to be long and pushing that position. If the trend reverses and the blue line crosses below the black line, you'd want to get out of your position or take your profits. But we've seen here that since this forecast came through, we already had a really nice trend with some really great entries all the way back on the 29th here. The market was up 15%. But look what happens when I bring up the predicted high and low ranges and we look at, okay, well, if you wanted to trade Home Depot moving forward, knowing that we're in an uptrend and you want to get involved in the market, what levels would be available to you every day for your trading decisions? Well, I'm going to come in and bring up those predicted highs and lows from this point on, and you see just how accurate these guides are moving forward. So literally the next trading day, well, this day here you get picked up, this day here, within 2 days the trend is continuing moving higher. hitting all these predicted levels for really exceptional short-term entries into the market. And what's really great about, getting into markets early, when the price is essentially cheaper, is you get a lot of shares. And then once you have, even 100 shares on a market like this, now you're up $15 more. So when things really start to move, you can make a lot of money as every 100 shares makes you another $100 here. But we see 8.3% literally just in the month of January, $15 per share. So a really nice opportunity there. And 100 shares, you can think of that in the options market. If you can buy an option where you have a contract that represents 100 shares or multiple options, you make a lot of money when these things break out. But you're also getting good intraday levels and prices on those options when people are starting to get out of the way and really selling their option contracts when the price starts moving lower. So really great opportunities there to get involved. But let's see what's been more recent. What's happening more recently? Here we have genuine parts. And again, taking the same logics, exact same indicators on every single one of these forecasts, but it's about utilizing them moving forward through time and managing your trade, having this information at the beginning of every single trading day. So we see we have this crossover to the upside, neural index up at a 1, pretty much projected, consistent strength from the neural index, that short-term forecast, really telling you hold out onto the position, and we'll bring up those predicted ranges and get a sense of, here the market starts to move. We're hitting the predicted highs and moving a little bit lower. But look what happens on these days where you hit the predicted low. You hit those levels and immediately start trading higher. And that's what's going to make a huge difference on your trading, is not only understanding the trend direction, so when it's time to be buying, when it's time to be selling, but also getting a good intraday price. And what that's going to do is increase your overall profitability, decrease the amount of risk that you need to take on a given position, because you have an accurate guide of where should I be buying. If it gets below this level and the trend reverses, then you can get out of the position and not be sitting there waiting and hoping that it's going to come back. You've got an accurate tool to guide you moving forward. So here we see 12% move in Genuine Parts Corporation, GPC here. So really nice opportunity there. Let's move on to Oracle. So in the tech space, we'd gotten this crossover at the beginning of January saying, all right, well, if you want to start trading Oracle, if you want to trade in this market and participate in this uptrend, well, you look towards that guidance of the neural index of, okay, well, nothing at all telling you to expect any weakness at all in the market moving forward. And then also look towards the predicted ranges. So we bring up those predicted ranges and you've got that guidance every single day moving forward. So, even if you're not in the market at this point, you're getting these updates every day before the trading day. So you can go ahead, put in limit orders, be prepared to buy when you move and touch these levels or get very close to these levels, and then target these predicted high levels or target, really just trail your stops up with the market if you're a longer term trend trader, but be targeting those predicted levels. And, you really see what happens even on the upside, where, here's a predicted high, you move a little bit higher, but then, kind of trade back right to that level. Here we had a predicted high, but look what the market did. It accelerated much higher, but then closes right above that predicted level. So these levels continually guide you and are a really good tool to use to understand, okay, what should the expectation be for tomorrow after all is said and done with, the entirety of the price action? Where should we be looking to trade? What levels are going to hold up and where should I be taking profit and adding to the position? So early on in the trade there, market's up over 6%, almost 7% just in 12 trading days. So just a couple of weeks there, market's up almost 7%. Here in Best Buy Corporation is a much longer term trend. But again, even over the course of what is now a 2-month long trend, you have the guidance and the information, that forecast, so that you can manage the position effectively. So if you're trading in Best Buy, you've been long the market. This blue line has consistently remained above the black line over the course of this entire trade. You see, you get a little bit of sideways action here with your neural index moving up and down, but look more recently as this trend accelerated, just consistent forecasting strength from that neural index, that 48-hour indicator, and you're getting a lot of acceleration in the overall price action. But of course, we can look at this over the course of the 2 months. So if you get in at that opportune time, this market's up 34%, almost 35% in just the past 40 trading days. So a couple of months. That's a huge, huge move for Best Buy. But if you're a shorter term trader, You want that guidance of predicted high and low ranges to know where to add to the position, where to adjust your position, where to take some short-term profits, and just look how accurate these levels are over the duration of this entire move higher. So instead of just buying into the market and understanding, okay, it's in an uptrend, I need to get in and get long, you can stay patient, wait on these levels to be achieved, and not only get involved in the uptrend, but get at a really exceptional intraday price that, again, maximizes the profit potential, but then minimizes the risk and the exposure that you're going to take on any given position here. So just a great opportunity there in Best Buy, really nice stock to trade, and over 34% just over the past couple months in a single stock. So really great trades we're seeing as the markets are doing very, very well. I remember, several months ago when we actually used to short opportunities, haven't been doing that for really the past couple of months here, just riding these uptrends and doing very well. So as always, guys, this has been our Hot Stocks Outlook for January 26th, 2018. Best of luck to you traders out there in the markets. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.